Hi, welcome everybody joining in. Anybody on Twitch, on YouTube, if you're watching this after the event because it's a Saturday and so many people are busy. You guys know who I am, Bebo. I run the entry level from a distance. We're joined by some lovely moderators. We've got Stone and Stacy who are keeping things together. Thank you, both of you. And we're joined by the wonderful Michael G. Wilson. Absolute powerhouse, works with Cave Bear Games, works with us, correct me if I'm wrong, you're working production at Big Viking Games?
In product,
my bad. Yeah, so working in product at Big Viking, which is a very large studio out of Toronto.
Yes.
And an all-around swell guy. You've probably seen him if you've gone to literally any event in Canada. He's probably been there. And if not, you get to see him now. Hi, Michael. How's it going?
It's going so well. And yourself?
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good. Yeah. We're kind of close to each other, so it's miserable outside. The weather is so, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. Because it's already warm and cozy up in here.
Yeah, exactly. We're already getting good vibes, and that's better than whatever's going on outside right now.
Right? No kidding.
I don't want to think about it. It's awful. Are you going to TGE next week?
Yes, I am.
Let's go.
Who knows? There might be a special guest. We'll see.
Oh, huge.
Just
you wanted to speak at TGE or XP? I can't remember.
Okay, so the funny thing is, I've actually never gotten an opportunity to speak at either one of them this upcoming year.
Okay, yeah. They're pretty competitive from what I've heard. Like for
no, hold on, no, that's a lie. Actually. That's a lie. I just realized that's a lie. I actually did
debating live on stream.
I know, right? And by the way, my streamer tag is 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗢. Go follow me on Twitch.
Yeah.
Not to put in a plug for myself, but putting in a plug.
No, we're absolutely gonna put in a plug. I know Stacy's finding the link as we speak, so I don't have to worry about it.
But no, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so yes, yes, Connor, I lied. I know. I'm already starting, and
that's how we keep viewer retention, Connor.
So,
we lie and then we apologize 30 minutes in. It's gonna be fine.
So, anywho, a friend of mine actually put in an application for me and a couple others to be part of a panel at XP Summit this year.
Yeah.
I haven't heard back yet.
Okay. You guys have a while. It's still down the line.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bug Jason and be like, can you put my panel in this, please? Because I don't mean to flex, but I kind of have a sway in things. So
you should.
Just a little bit of a sway, because I could literally just text him and be like, hey, just you want to do me a favor?
Yeah.
Like, do me a favor so I can help you out.
Be a homie. Yeah. Put me in the panel.
Put me in the panel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, there's that. But yes, there is a chance I might be bringing a special guest with me to TGE this year. So I will not say who.
You got to keep that locked and loaded for next week.
Yeah, that'll be locked and loaded for next week. And if you see me, you see me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there both days. Are you going with Eleos or just like self-representing?
No. I'm not going to be going. Actually, that's a lie as well. Good Lord. I actually am going to be going with some people from Eleos, I believe.
Oh, nice.
So there will be some people that should be going. If not, I'll just bug them to go.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
there's definitely gonna be a few folks that either are not from Eleos or from Eleos, but there definitely will be people that I know there too.
Oh, that's sick. That's a good mix. This is my first TGE, but I've heard they're like really fun.
They're so much fun. I went for 2 years.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
And there's so much fun. It's a great event. That's kind of like It's kind of like a baby version of kind of like Anime North, or sorry, not Anime North, more like Fan Expo.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
like just a small kind of like kid size version, but it's a lot of fun.
That's nice though. It kind of like, recreates the old like con feel. I don't know if you went
Yeah.
to any before, but I miss it. I really do. So I'm looking forward to
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it.
it.
It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. So if anybody is out in Canada, please come say hi to one of us. I'm sure you'll find
Yes.
us.
Yes,
You
please
haven't
do.
seen if you haven't seen Michael before, he's like crazy tall. Like it's frightening. I thought he was like a good like 5'6", and then I met him in person. He's like 6 foot something. He
I'm
really
six
stands out in a
I'm
crowd.
6'4". I'm 6'4".
Yeah, he stands out in a crowd. It's a really embarrassing photo we have together at Mig's because I go to like his shoulder. It's awful.
You can actually,
So
if you look up Babette's LinkedIn, actually, you can see the
yeah,
photo that she posted of us.
yeah, we're photoshopping the next one. So I'm bringing like an apple crate. I'm gonna
You're
do it
being
like they do it in the movies. We'll just cut it really like well. Movie magic. No, literally, that's genuinely what it felt like. It was awful. It was like Lord of the Rings. I felt like Gimli. It was Gimli and
Oh my god.
Legolas. It was awful. Just truly a nightmare.
I love
But
it.
yeah, but I want to hear all about you, and I'm sure everybody wants to hear more about you than
Sure.
me and my woes of height. So, would you like to introduce yourself and talk about what you've been doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So, hi everybody. It's so nice to see you. My name is Michael. And oh God, what the hell am I been doing? Good Lord, is a good question. We'll just, we're just gonna go through a long story. So get cozy, get your popcorn. This is gonna be a long story about myself, okay? So I graduated from, well, okay, you know what? Let me cycle back. So I'm primarily it's just gonna be a long one. I'm primarily a project manager and a game producer, but I do have a little bit of skills in game design, narrative design, and a bit in composing music. Like to do a little bit of everything here and there. Um, let's see, kind of just going along like the journey. I first discovered that I kind of wanted to go into games. I would say around high school. Actually, I discovered computer science when I was in grade 11,
Oh wow,
and
yeah.
computer science was kind of like my entryway into the games industry. And fun fact, actually, before I even decided I wanted to go into games, I was actually thinking about going into law.
That's crazy.
Which is
That's a
actually,
diabolical switch,
oh yeah,
actually.
no kidding. It's a huge switch because I've always liked learning about criminology and like the justice system. Like I've always
Oh
found
yeah,
it to
yeah.
be so super duper fascinating. Okay. Yes,
Literally,
yes,
literally.
Casey. Yes. So I then afterwards computer science took over in grade 11 and I stuck with that in grade 12.
Mm.
Um, and then I slowly discovered that, I wanted to go into games. I wanted to be a gamer, which I was like, this makes perfect sense because I play games literally all the time. Like if you saw a little bit earlier, I had to turn off my Switch. I had to turn off my Switch too because if I did not, Monster Hunter Stories 3 would have kept popping up on my
Oh,
screen.
I love Monster Hunter.
Oh, so
Haven't
good.
played the new one yet, but
You
incredible.
you need
Anyway,
to.
continue.
But before, yeah, but we're just gonna end that there before I get completely sidetracked again.
Literally.
Uh, right, Stacey,
we have
literally.
we have to purposefully stop it before
We
we
had to
start.
literally. So, I then afterwards I decided to pursue my passions for game development and applied to a bunch of different schools at the time. I applied to George Brown. I applied
Mm,
to where else? I applied to Sheridan College. I applied
yeah.
to Humber College, and I also applied to Durham College. So I applied to four
Yeah, yeah,
different. I
yeah.
applied to four different colleges. I got accepted to all of them, early acceptance.
Yippee.
Which yay. But then it was a matter of okay, which one do I decide to go to? Because I didn't
Mhm.
go to every single school's what's it called? Orientation.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um I went to the one at George Brown. And like I had some family that went to George Brown, so
Okay. You got a
it
bit of an
was
idea.
I had a bit of an idea of what it was. It was the campus on St. James, not
Oh
the one
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
not the one on 𝗕𝗥𝗡𝗧, the one further downtown. And
Okay,
I
gotcha.
thought when I went there, I'm like, yep, this is exactly where I want to go. Perfect. Then afterwards, I'm like, you know what? Let me go to Humber College. So
Yeah.
I went to their and by the way, shout out to Humber College. Let's go Humber Hawks.
Yeah, I've
Um
heard it's fantastic. I've heard everyone likes going
oh,
there, like who have gone.
love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So I went there and I went to the orientation. I'm literally getting a dramatic entrance as I'm walking in through the door.
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, all you needed was a red carpet.
Damn. Okay, so they pulled out all the stops. Let's
They
go.
literally had pom poms as I'm walking in. They're cheering people.
That's
I'm
so
like, I'm
cute.
like,
Oh my
what is
goodness.
this? This is great. And I literally, after I was done there, I'm like, Mom, this is exactly where I want to go. Like,
That's so cute.
this is literally where I want to
Yeah.
go. And then when I got accepted, I'm just like, okay, but am I making the right decision? And then every
Mm,
teacher that I talked to back in high school was like, hey, no, Humber's a very good school. You need to go there. So then I
yeah.
decided to accept my offer from Humber, went there, did my 3 year advanced diploma in game programming because I originally wanted to
Oh,
do
okay. Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to go into the industry as a programmer, but like that was the
Yeah.
only kind of like game development course that they had at Humber.
Yeah,
Um,
that's kind of all there was in the late 2010s, I want to say.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because that was back in 2018 when I went to Humber.
Yippee.
Um, I know, right?
I don't want to think about that.
Right. So yeah, I did that. I originally wanted to go into the industry as a programmer, but then realized programming is not what I want to do. So
Valid.
then I switched over to design, which
Mm,
I said, yes, that's a piece of what I want to do, but there's something else
okay.
missing. And then I was
Yeah.
slowly introduced, we had like a game production course where that
Mhm.
course was definitely an interesting course to say the least. Where
Okay.
essentially that course was the entire class of like 36 people plus a
Yeah.
bunch of artists we didn't really meet were all forced to be put together to build a game by the end of a semester,
Oh my god.
which
Okay.
was definitely a time,
Yeah, Lord of the Flies style. I'm
right?
digging it, but yeah,
Right.
okay.
It was definitely a time, but I learned a lot from the whole situation.
True, true.
So did that and then COVID hits, which didn't help anybody.
Yeah.
So hindsight is 2020, literally.
Yeah.
So then 2020 hit and still in college, kind of like just going through everything. And then I sat
Mm.
down as I'm doing my stuff. I'm just like, you know what? I want to build a studio. And I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I'm saying, yeah, I'm sitting here, I want to build a studio, but I don't know what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah, no,
Right.
literally. Yeah.
That's a secret. Nobody knows what they're doing, but it works.
Nobody
It
does.
it
Yep.
it it fucking works all the time. So I was like, yeah, I want to build this studio. And then so I
Mm.
was talking to one of my friends, and we were building the vision together, kind of just like, putting the ideas together, kind of like, oh, like building the identity, building the game that we want to build and whatever. And then he's like, I need you to get the people. I said, I got you. So at that time, I had already made a lot of connections from other previous events that I've been to,
Mm,
which,
mm, mm.
yes, Bebo is right. I go to a lot of industry events. And
It's true. It is true.
that, and actually that year, they did XP Games Summit online.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They did XP Games Summit online, which was actually super duper cool. Where they put you
Yeah.
in, where like they get you to chat randomly, and then they put you in randomized breakout rooms
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to meet different people on like an more of an individual basis, which was
I
super
kind of like
duper cool.
that. Yeah.
Right. And then when Twitter was Twitter, even though I still think it's Twitter,
It's still Twitter. It's cuter as
it's
Twitter.
it's still Twitter because I refuse to call it by the other name.
Yep.
Yep. And I made a lot of connections from people on Twitter and, reached out to a bunch of people to join this vision that I created. And at the beginning, it was absolutely hell.
A classic, yeah.
It was
right.
hell. I'm like, I have no plan. I don't know what this is gonna do or what's gonna come out of it. I have no idea. I'm freaking out, but I wanted to make this happen because there was welcome in everybody in case you knew.
Yeah, and Twitch too. Hi guys, welcome in if you're streaming on that.
But yeah, like I was saying, I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I knew this was something I needed to do because I wanted to turn this into something eventually. So, fast forward, people came into the project, people left the project as projects happen, right?
Many cases,
right, and then still trying to figure out our identity. And then it was finally we fast forward a bit, it was finally in 2023 where we finally came out with our identity known as now publicly as Eleos Games.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, but so in 2023 is technically when we actually became Eleos Games, because before we had no name, we were just developing a game, which I didn't
just a
want.
group. Yeah,
we were just a group, but I'm like, no, we need a name. So yeah, and at this point, I had graduated from Humber online, which sucked. It was an online grad and I hated it, but I went out with friends to go get our grad photos because they're doing grad photos out in Vaughan.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
We went grad photos, and then we just turned that day into a whole big hangout.
That's cute.
Just because we're like, well, I mean, hey, sure, it's COVID, yeah, but like we're all vaccinated. I'm like, let's just go have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're done. This is the last kind of celebration.
Yeah, so like we literally turned that day into a hangout, and then right after that, the following week after, we went to a cottage for a weekend and partied some more. That's actually a fun thing I'll talk about during the Q&A in case you're curious. I actually wrote it. What I will say is I rode a jet ski in my pajamas and it was great.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That was so much fun. But anyway, back on topic. So then after I completed my advanced diploma at Humber, I decided to continue my studies. I wanted to pursue my bachelor's degree. I had previously went to the school when I was under University of Ontario Institute of Technology.
Yes.
I went to their orientation at first before I actually went to Humber's. And I was like, you know what? I know I want to go here at some point, but not now. And I was like, not now. Yeah. So then 2021 came around. I'm like, okay, let's try applying. So I applied, got accepted actually 2 weeks after I applied. But because this was still during COVID times in 2021, they, like, originally I applied for their bridge program. But they took out the bridge program the year that I applied.
That's crazy. Okay. And was it the bridge program was between Humber and?
So, no. I graduated from Humber back in 2021 in April.
2020. Yeah.
It's in 2021. In April, and then the program at Ontario Tech started in September.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so I did that. And then... but they took out the bridge program. So instead, after I completed the 3 years at Humber, which I applied for the transfer credits, they were like, and by the way, go Ridgebacks. I love Ontario Tech so much, but I love Ontario Tech so much. Don't get it twisted. I love them. They're a great program, great school, great professors. But this, yes, and as Stacy mentioned, please feel free to type in drop
a question at any time.
Drop any of your questions at any time. And I'd be happy to answer them at the end of the event. I'm looking forward to seeing all of your questions. And even for those in the Twitch chat, feel free to do the same thing in the chat as well, and I will jump on in. But yes, so as I was saying, whoa, God. Weird words. So I right. So they told me that like I had to still do the full 4-year program, which
Sounds right. Yep.
kind of sucked. But
Yeah.
hey, whatever. It was 2021 to 2025, and I was just
Okay.
hoping to God that, because I know we were doing like the whole back and forth with COVID and all of that nonsense.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
hoping to God, I'm like, listen, I just need a post-secondary graduation.
Yeah, we can't go 2 for 2.
Right? I can't go for
Yeah.
2 for 2. And sure enough, I did get my post-secondary graduation last year.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
good.
it was on June 6th of 2025 when I finally
Wow.
walked down the podium and graduated.
Wow.
I graduated from their program at Ontario Tech University, by the way, in Canada, and their game development and interactive media program. And it's a great program with great professors. And you know what? In hindsight, I'm actually glad that I stayed for the full 4 years,
Oh yeah.
because actually I didn't feel ready going.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't feel ready going into the industry, even though I was kind of just itching to get out.
Well, yeah.
As I think about it, I didn't feel ready, because then after I graduated, like as soon as I finished my last class, my last assignment and whatever, I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like, I literally, like, because when I got home after, like, we have a big event that happens every year at Ontario Tech. Well, I can't say every year now because I'm not at Ontario Tech no more. Oh my god.
Well,
But at the
probably every
time,
year. Yeah.
right at the time, well, no, it still happens every year. It's called
Oh,
GameCon,
okay.
which is
Oh, that's cute. That's cool.
it's essentially an event where all 4 years of the program get to develop. Well, they like, show off all of the games that they developed throughout the semester.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um,
So it's like an exhibition kind of thing.
exactly. Think of it
That's
kind
so
of like a
cool.
mini convention just at Ontario Tech, which is super
Oh,
duper
that's
cool.
awesome.
And it's
Yeah.
hosted by the incredible Game Development Students Association. Shout out to the
Wow.
GDSA.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's and I was actually had the pleasure of working for the GDSA at Ontario Tech in my first year.
Oh,
Um,
nice, nice. Yeah.
and
So
it
it's kind of
was
like you were familiar with it.
Oh yeah, this is something I was
Nice.
definitely familiar with, and it's something that my team and all of the other developers work towards every single year, which is a super duper fun
Okay.
opportunity.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
after I finished my last one, I literally went home and I'm twiddling my thumbs and I'm just like, okay, now what? Like
Literally, literally, I
I
got
was
my $40,000 degree. What do I do now?
I was like, now what? And this is before I got the degree, because I'm like, now what?
Damn.
I don't know what to do.
Yep.
This is I don't feel like I graduated. Like it felt very right. It felt very like I honestly didn't even feel like yeah, I missed it, but I mostly felt just weird. I'm like, okay, but what do I do now? Because I'm done everything. So
Mm,
then graduation comes around. It wasn't hitting yet.
yeah.
Where I'm just like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna be graduating. And then I'm wearing the gown, and then I'm walking down. I'm like, Lord, this doesn't feel real,
Yeah.
but hey, it's real. And so yes, June 6th of 2025, I graduated from Ontario Tech University, and it was just an incredible moment.
Yeah.
I'm just super happy that we got out of it. And stuff like that. It was also just super duper, a great moment for me, because as somebody, I don't care if I say it, as somebody that struggles a bit with self confidence.
Mm.
You may not think that, considering the personality that I have.
Yeah,
I do,
that's like wild to hear, but I
that
do
that
understand.
that
Yeah.
is wild to hear, but yes, as somebody that does struggle with self confidence, it was a super duper rewarding moment.
Yeah.
And I'm just really happy that I was able to achieve that. But then I'm like, okay, I that's Stacy. Uh, but then I'm
Is
like,
that same with liar?
oh god. So then yeah, I after that, I'm like, okay, now I gotta work towards finding a job in the industry.
Yeah.
And that was a challenge.
To say the
So
least.
to say the least. because so kind of like as I'm going through my path and navigating, I did a fair share of like like side gigs.
Mm.
I've worked at the CNE in I worked
Oh,
there
cool.
in, oh my god, what year? Oh my god, I can't even remember what year I worked there. Um I remember. I worked there in 2020, no, in 2024. Yes, in
Okay.
2024.
Okay. So
Yeah.
during uni.
Yes, and during uni.
Okay.
So I worked there as a program attendant in 2024. And
Gotcha.
then afterwards I was invited to go back in 2025 last year, and
Oh,
I
awesome.
worked at the CNE as a supervisor of the gaming
Yeah.
garage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um
For those that don't know what the CME is, do you want to explain it?
for sure, absolutely. So the CNE is Stacy, so real. The CNE
Yeah.
is stands for the Canadian National Exhibition, and it is a
Mm.
yearly event that is kind of like, if you're familiar with Canada's Wonderland, it's kind of like a theme park but in downtown Toronto, where you have a bunch of different like rides, crazy food choices. One thing I will tell you is crazy food choices.
Yeah, it's something.
Some of them are just wild, like wild. Oh, I'm not even kidding. Like there was one time that they had like a pickle poutine, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
that sounds right. That sounds fully
and
correct. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, oh, and there was they also had a thing called mayo chup, which is literally just mayo and ketchup put together in the form of ice cream, which
Oh,
was
ice cream is a choice. That was not the last word
which
I was
is,
expecting.
yeah, I know. And it was definitely it's definitely a choice.
Yeah,
To say the least, it's a choice.
it sure is something.
Ugh, but oy, mm-mm. But no, I worked as a program attendant for the gaming garage in 2024, and it was just
Nice.
a great opportunity to, um, it's not exactly like a job in the industry, but it's industry adjacent, where
For sure, for sure.
you got to work with like people kind of like playing like different games, doing different like
Mhm.
oh, I had to talk about, they actually had a cool activity called they called it at the time it was under a different name, but essentially it's an escape room but in a box. They call it now Crack the Crate.
Oh,
And
that's
so
cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
essentially it's just like a box full of puzzles. But
That's sick. That's sick. Yeah.
it's treated like an escape room type thing. So which was really,
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
cool because I'm an escape room fanatic.
Me too.
Um
Me too. I love a good escape room. I love that
oh
they're
my,
making their way into games, right? Like online games and stuff now
right?
too.
Okay, so Babette, now we have to do an in-person escape
Now we
room.
have to do one together. Yeah,
Now
exactly.
we have to do one. It has to happen now.
Absolutely.
So okay, beautiful. So
There you go. There you go.
and
There's the
there
next game
you
night.
go. Entry level is there. You
Easy
go.
peasy.
You know what? We're gonna make it happen before the end
I'm
of
so
this
down.
year.
I'm so
I'm
down.
calling it. All right, bet.
Hell yeah.
We have to sort out the pants. Hi, pants, plants. I meant to say plants. I'm sorry.
I don't believe you, but that's okay.
I know. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. All pants are off. Anyway, um, so, sorry. So I worked there for two
Exactly.
years, and great experience, great opportunity.
Yeah.
And I was still trying to like find an actual like job in the industry, because the CNE only lasts
Mhm.
for 18 days. The first time they ran it
Oh,
for
okay.
six
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
first time they ran it for 16 days, then they extended it by another 2 days.
Yeah, because
And
it's like summer. It's like a summer chunk.
it is, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So they funny enough, actually, it was earlier last week, they actually sent out an email encouraging us to apply for this upcoming year. So I'm thinking about seeing if I can apply for this year. We'll see.
I guess it's coming
Um,
up. Yeah.
it's coming up really fast. Um,
Yeah.
it's in August, which, where did the time go?
I
Um,
know. I know. I don't like thinking about the fact that like people are like, "Oh yeah, May's just around the corner." I'm like,
yeah,
mm-mm.
no, don't say
No,
that.
I don't like that.
No,
That's yeah,
no, no. Right, Stacy. So literally,
exactly.
I did all of that,
Ooh.
and then afterwards, I'm still looking for work. I'm a Taekwondo instructor on the side, so I kind of just had a little bit of a little bit of a side hustle, just to
Yeah.
kind of keep myself occupied and keep myself busy.
Even that is
Um,
kind of like adjacent though to the whole like program instructor vibe you kind of
right,
have going on for sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that. And then I'm casually just going out to the mall one day. This was earlier, I want to say in this was still in 2025 actually.
Okay.
This is before I went to the CNE actually.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
so I know I'm going all over the place. It's fine.
No, no,
Um,
no, you're good.
so then it was, I think it was in like April or May of last year, where I'm casually just
Uh-huh.
I'm going to find a bougie outfit in the mall. I come home to get a message from 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗧, the CEO of XP Gaming,
The
and he
guy.
literally,
Yeah.
the guy, by the way, he's actually one of my good friends.
That's so
Um,
cool.
and he's literally like, "Hey, do you want to be an MC for XP Game Summit this year?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "What are the details? You let me know."
Yeah.
So this was in 2025, by the way. And so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like so excited. And then he's like, "Oh, you get to just introduce the speakers, set the vibe, and just be your best self." I said, "Well, count me in." And
Yeah,
then
that sounds like a blast.
right, and then afterwards, he's like, "And there's a compensation for this as well." I said, "Oh."
Even better.
I said, "So where do I sign?"
Yeah,
And
literally. It's like
and
the
then
added
he's
bonus of
right, and then he's like, "Right," and then he's
exactly.
like, literally, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna set you up with the next I'm gonna set you up with somebody that like oversees this and will help get you onboarded and stuff." I'm like,
Mm-mm.
he's probably not true. That same day, I was put in an email thread being like, "Oh yeah, we heard that you're interested in being one of our MCs." I said, "Oh," and
Wow.
he's
Wow,
like,
they were going right to it. Yeah.
this is on a Tuesday. We scheduled the call on a Thursday that week."
That's that's crazy.
I said, "Oh," and he's like, "Yep," and we'll make sure we get you your script. I'll make sure we'll get you all sorted. Literally,
Yeah.
it was just a cool experience. And like I did my fair share of like events. I volunteered at Level Up. I volunteered at XP Game Summit. I volunteered at Pocket Gamer Connects in Toronto. I
Yeah,
volunteered
yeah, yeah, yeah.
at the Series Play Conference in Mississauga.
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
volunteered at Montreal International Game Summit. I
Yeah.
volunteered at the IO Connects in 2023, I believe.
Okay.
Um, I can't remember what year, but whatever, because every year's a blur.
Sometime. Yeah.
Um,
Time is
so
relative.
anyway, right. So what's it called? I was super duper stoked for this opportunity because it was the
Yeah.
first time I was being an MC at a gaming event ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so then afterwards, I get this email where they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're inviting you to this VIP mixer," and I'm like,
Yes, 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 yes.
I said, "Excuse me, what are you talking about VIP? What are you talking?" And so I get there, and they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna be a VIP this year at XP Game Summit." I said, "Excuse me?"
That's so
I said,
nice.
"I get to
Wow.
wear VIP?" I said, "I get to wear VIP?" I said, "I have never
Yeah,
been.
it's like the
I have
fancy little yellow banner.
the fancy
Ooh.
yellow one." I'm like, "I have never been a VIP at a conference in my life, so this feels weird, but
It was
so cool."
bougie. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was bougie. Oh my god!
It was. Yeah.
And no offense. I'm just gonna flex real quick, but the VIP food was
As you should.
bombing.
The pre the night before the mixer event, the food was
The
fantastic. They
food
had it
was
at like an arcade
fantastic.
bar thing. It was really
It
cool.
was so good, and like Jason kept coming up to us and be like, "We need people to order food and drinks." So of course,
Literally.
because they spent a lot of money to like book it, so
Yeah.
they're like, "No." He looked at me. He's like, "I don't care what you order. I'm paying for it. Order what you want." I said, "Oh."
No, it was so nice. It was so cool. For those of you that are like, wow, that sounds really cool. I'd love to be a part of it. Amir Satvat, XP Games, they give out stuff like that a lot
They do.
when they do raffles. So please check out those links as well. I'm sure Stacey will drop them in a second. But you're
Funny
never
you
gonna be
should
going.
mention that actually. I was actually a recipient of the XP Game Summit
Yeah.
Pass that year.
Yeah, me too.
Right. So and funny enough, we actually didn't bump into each other at that event.
No, we
Uh,
completely missed each other for that one,
we
and then Migs, we
come
saw each other
and then
right at
makes
the
me
end.
well because makes me actually made a dedication to actually see each other.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So
like otherwise it's like ships in the
we're
night. We miss
just
each other completely. It's
like
crazy.
that. So
Literally. That's why I
but
have to
no.
text him now. Like, where are you? And will you be here?
Because otherwise I'm gone. But no, that year where I did the what's it called? The MC debut, it was super duper great. I loved the experience and I would
Mm,
happily do it again.
yeah.
When I made my announcement that year that I was gonna be going to Makes, I actually had a lot of people texting me being like, "Are you gonna be an MC this year? You gonna be an MC this year?" And I'm literally laughing so hard. I told Jason, I'm like, Jason, you look what you started. I'm like, you now have people messaging me if I'm gonna be an MC this year.
This
I'm
is
like,
your fault.
this is your fault. And he's killing himself laughing. And he's like, well, would
That's
you? I'm
so
like, of
good.
course I would. So anyway, did all of that,
Yeah.
and then still looking for work.
Yes.
So, and bear in mind, this is like going on 5 months of without actually having a proper job. But then
Mhm.
comes December of 2025, where
Yes.
where everything decided to happen all at the same time. Where
Literally.
I'm gonna walk through how I ended up getting my first gig. So December 2nd, I applied to a company called Big Viking Games. And I just sent in a cold application because I did my fair share of interviews for other positions, other places, even outside of the industry, whatever, long list.
Yeah.
Um, but then I applied for this one, and in my head, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but we'll see how this goes.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, here we go. I applied, it was December 2nd. The IO Connect event was on December 3rd, the next day, which I was already going to.
Okay.
I get
Yeah.
an email that morning saying that they'd like to
Jesus.
schedule an interview with me. Um,
Wow.
and they wanted to schedule it for December 4th.
Jesus
And
Christ. Yeah.
I'm like, this is not, this is
No, this is
not
gonna be
real.
the best and worst 72 hours of my life, truly.
Right? So, right, literally. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, you know what? So obviously I partied a lot at the third at the event. I partied because you gotta
Yeah.
celebrate.
As you should. Yeah.
And then December 4th rolls around and it was a quick 15-minute interview with the HR person
Oh, okay.
um
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and she, we were just talking about like surface level stuff. It was a 15-minute interview. And
Mhm.
she loved the conversation so much. She's like, I want to schedule another interview with you with somebody you're going to be working directly with. And I said, oh, okay. And
Sick. Yeah.
I was like, when is that going to happen? She's like, how about December 5th at 11 a.m.?
Great. Great.
Sorry,
Yeah.
11:15. I'm like, you gotta be. I'm like, whoa, we like to do things fast. Like
Yeah.
she'd already talked about the pay. She'd already talked about what I'd be doing. Like she talked about all of that before I even did the other interview.
Wow. Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, this is not in my head. I'm like, this is not real. This is not real. This is not really happening. Oh my god. And so, yeah, Stacey, that was literally me sitting in this chair, being like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. So December 5th rolls around. I do the second interview, and the second interview went well. It was just super duper chill. And like the best part. Actually, you know what? I'll save the
Mm.
best part for the end. Let me do that. Let me
Yes.
see.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I did the second interview and it went really well. And this was on a Friday now, so like it's
Was it like
going.
a short 15 or did they do like a
No.
full?
This one was like was a half an hour interview.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
we were just kind of just yapping, chilling, whatever. And then the weekend goes by, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can." It was Monday, December 8th.
Wow.
They got back to me saying that they loved the interview and they want to schedule me for an in-person interview.
That's crazy. So 1 week turnaround from start to
Literally,
finish.
I'm like, this is not real. I'm screaming.
That's awesome.
So, they're like, yeah, we're gonna book the in-person interview. How about we do December 11th? I said, oh, okay, which is fast, and
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. And like the office is literally perfect. It's a 15-minute walk away from the station for those that live in Toronto.
Which is huge for Canada. Being close to a station is great.
Which is cool. Hi, Peter. I saw you earlier today. Good to see you.
Hey.
Peter was actually at the Cape Fair Games event earlier. Nice to see you here.
Oh, no way. Hi, Peter. Glad you're joining in here, too.
Yes.
This is the same
yes,
person.
Peter, you are caught. This is the same person the second time around, but this time it's about me. Anyway. Yes, Cotton 4K, because I'm quick like that. Cool. Hi, Shampoo, by the way. I didn't say hi to you. Anyway, as I was saying, so December 11th rolls around. I get there, and the interview was actually super duper casual. It was with the VP of product at the time. It was super duper casual. Yes. We were literally walking and talking.
That's nice though. Yeah, like a lay of the land kind of thing too.
Oh yeah, because he's like, let's just walk and talk. It's just gonna be casual. So I said, okay, bet. So we walked and talked. We talked about a lot of stuff. He went and he bought us lunch, which I thought was
sweet, very sweet.
very sweet. And we were literally just eating and talking. It was the most casual interview I've ever done in my life.
Green flag though. That's like nice. It gives you like a vibe of the.
Oh hell yeah.
Kind of what the environment is for sure.
Oh yeah. So we did that. The interview went well. And then he's like, this is like a low priority role. So expect a response back in about 2 weeks. So I said, okay. It was not 2 weeks later. It was 5 days later.
Yeah, sounds right. Literally.
5 days later, it was December 16th. I got the email saying that I will be the newest product intern at Big Viking Games.
Let's go.
And I literally, when I got that email, I literally got that email. I kid you not. I turned into, for the full record, I'm 25 years old. Okay, I'm 25. And I literally got that email. I ran around the whole house like I'm a weird ass kid.
As you should. It's such a vibe. Yeah.
I'm like, my mom and grandma are looking at me like, are you a fucking idiot? And I'm running around and I'm jabbing and I'm partying and I'm dancing. I'm dancing and I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, you want to know what's going on? I'm like, read this email.
Yeah.
And so they read the email. They're like, oh my God, congratulations. I'm like, yes, I'm so happy. Now, here's the thing. Thank you. So, the best part about it, actually, which I will get to now, is throughout all of that, they actually let me do all of the other side hustles I do. I just had to disclose that I had to disclose that I was just part of them. Like, for example, I can operate my studio full time. Which, by the way, my studio is producing a game very, very soon that'll be released this year called Eleos Games. It's going to be, our demo's going to be out some point this year. Stay tuned.
Stacey's got the link dropped on Twitch. If you guys haven't seen it, it's right there.
Yes. And feel free to find me on LinkedIn and connect with me. I'm happy to connect with people. My name is Michael Wilson, so feel free to connect with me. And book a coffee chat. I love to talk. I will talk and I will talk and I'll talk and talk and talk. Anywho, as I was saying, so I was partying so hard, I forgot to respond to the email.
Many such cases. Yep.
So they emailed me the next day to just make sure that I was still interested. Look at her stalking all of my stuff. Love this.
With the emojis and everything. The goat of our Discord. Holy shit.
Thank you, Stacey. Slay. Thank you so much. So yeah, literally what's it called? I finally responded to the email. Thank you, Peter. I really appreciate that so much. So I finally responded to the email. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was literally partying so hard yesterday. I forgot to reply to the email. And she actually was laughing. She's like, no worries at all. I said, I happily accept. I want to start working with you guys. Send me the contract. So they did. Read through it. I talked about it with a couple people just to make sure that the contract was actually legit. It was 100% legit, super duper fair. nothing, no issue. I'm obviously not going to get into those details because that's NDA territory.
Of course.
But super duper legit, and I signed it. Oh, Peter,
There you go.
actually, what the hell?
Perfect.
Oh,
LinkedIn notifications are a nightmare, so I'm so glad you guys figured that.
I didn't even realize to send a connection request to you. When you accept, I'll probably get the notification, be like, "Hey, who is this?"
There we go.
This is so funny. Cool, love it. Well, hey, now you know who I am.
Yeah.
So anyway, oh my god, it was you.
That's crazy.
I do remember sending you a connection request.
Damn.
No, the reason why I say it was you is because I do remember sending you a connection request. I don't know why, but I do remember sending you a connection request. I saw the profile image. I'm like, yep, I sent a connection request to that profile. I do remember.
I totally get it. I did the same thing with somebody yesterday. Yeah.
Literally. We've never met before. I just like connecting with new people. So signed the contract, started on January 5th of this year. It's a 6-month contract.
Yeah.
And it's been fantastic. Like, they've been such a very supportive team. Very, very sweet. The office space is super duper cozy. They're just great people. Like,
that's so nice.
You know, I just really like my time there, which we did?
That's crazy.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We did? When? When did we talk? Oh dear gee, I am meeting so many people I've already talked to. Good Lord, have his when did we talk? It's so real.
It's such a small community, but like maybe it's just like us. But like I forget people and then I re-meet them and it's like embarrassing a second time.
Funny story actually is that at XP Game Summit, not a chat that you said thanks for connecting. I said, what is your actual name? Stop. Don't be doing this to me right now. Oh my god. Yes, we did. Yes, we did chat on LinkedIn where I did say thanks for connecting. Yes, we did. Oh my god, what the hell? Hi!
Damn.
Okay, great. Well, hi. This is I'm totally not freaking out, but it's fine. Okay, so funny story is that one of my now developers at Eleos Games, she literally did her homework and like studied me. Like, great. I'm not even kidding, because I did my MC debut, and then I had a chat with her afterwards. She reminded me of when we met at XP Game Summit. She reminded me of what I said during my speech.
Damn.
And she pointed out what I was wearing at the time. I said, girl, what are you doing? Why are you stalking my profile? Like, why are you doing your homework that good? Like,
literally, what you ate for lunch,
Right. And she's like, no, but it's good advice. Like, she's like, it's good. It was good advice. I had to bring it up. I'm like, girl, like, that was just like you literally doing your textbook homework. Like, what?
That's so funny.
So that was just a blast from the past. But now the team is great. It's a little bit different than what I do as a project manager. Where
what's your official role title?
I'm a product intern. So essentially what I do is I help with their different asset promotions, working with their different tools. And, you know, I help with some of their other like data entry type stuff. Like I update some of their KPI dashboards, because we do a bunch of different promos depending on the week and depending on the theme. They have 2 different games. One of them is called Yo World, and one of them is called Fish World. I work on the Fish World team. And so Fish World essentially is just a game about decorating your fish tank and taking care of fish. It's a live service game where we put out a bunch of different assets every week. Sometimes, I don't know if we might be bringing this back, where we might do like design contests where you get to design your fish tank and kind of just you know, kind of like friendly competition type style. Which is super duper fun. And we what's it called? we actually are going to be starting a new theme this upcoming week called Stormforge Expanse.
Exciting.
Which we're actually very, very excited about. Get excited. It's gonna be a great jam-packed theme.
Is this for Fish World specifically?
It is for Fish World, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And it is a Facebook gaming title. But Facebook, well, actually, no, I can't publicly say this. I can't publicly say this, but let me just say the very, very short TLDR is that Facebook is shutting down their game service in September of this year.
Great. Didn't know that.
Yep.
Sick.
So yeah. But anyway, yeah, I said I don't care.
Yep.
So the point is, so we're gonna be migrating over to a .com website, which you've already started the migration.
That's awesome.
Of players
That's
there.
awesome.
So
yeah.
if you look up a website called playfishworld.com, but what you should do first, because if you let's say if you the first thing you should do is, if you have Facebook, create a Facebook account and create an account through of the game in Facebook, and then you should be able to use the same login credentials over to the .com website.
Oh, nice. So it's a pretty smooth migration then. Yeah.
It should be a pretty seamless migration. And we're eventually we're still in the process of working it out where you can just log into .com directly, which I think you can actually no, I'm lying, because you can do that actually by putting in your email, verifying your email and your password, and then you can just take that information and put it over to .com.
Oh, awesome. Okay, yeah.
So it's a pretty easy thing to do. But yeah, no, I've been helping out with some of their kind of little things here and there. I've also been actually helping to promote their game dev community events, which is just something I took upon myself.
Yeah, but it's kind of like return to your roots almost.
Literally return to my roots.
Yeah,
exactly. So it just felt very, very nice to be able to do that. I literally got goodie bags and all that stuff at the very first day. Literally a hat, a bag. I literally got a Viking hat as well.
That's so cute.
Which was super duper nice.
Yeah.
It was just it's a great opportunity with a great team. And I'm excited for, the continued success that we're going to continue to have. Yeah. And no, it's been great. I'm hoping that I get my contract extended. I really want to extend my contract.
I'm sure it's gonna happen. I'm not worried about that. Seriously.
Listen, Babette, I'm still trying to pull the plug for you, okay? I'm still trying to get you that job.
I don't even care about the job anymore. Every time you message me about for context, Michael DM'd me when he got the job shortly after, and could confirm it. And I was so happy. You could feel the energy right off. I'm so glad this is working.
I literally did. I'm just thank you so much, because I'm already literally as I'm typing out the message, my cheeks were hurting because I was smiling the whole day. I was almost in tears because I'm just it's been 6 months of hard fought work, and I'm just so glad it finally paid off.
Not even that, right? It's your diploma, your degree. It's been 7 years,
Right. It literally was 7 years of just school. And I don't want to go back, but it was just 7 years of just knee deep in education and all that stuff, which I'm forever grateful for. But it's nice to finally comfortably say I'm working in the industry and getting a paid internship. What?
Yeah. It feels very professional.
I'm still in shock. And so another thing, actually, which is a perfect point to talk about, is I decided to reach out to Amir Satvat. And I decided to message him about me getting this job, because it was because of, which, by the way, the biggest shout out needs to go to Amir Satvat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know we do this every time, but he deserves it, for real.
He deserves it. He is the game industry himself. I don't care what anybody says. He is him.
Yeah, literally.
He's him. And so I reached out to him, and I just wanted to thank him for all of the great... Oh, that's the post. That is the post. I reached out to him, and I sent him that message, and he replied, and then when he replied, here's the thing. The funny thing is, he replied as I was planning out the talk between him and 𝗕𝗓𝗘, the Cape Bear Games event. I was literally planning it out with one of my other colleagues, just sitting in the background. Actually, Stone knows about this because I told him about this actually in real time. So I was literally like, "Oh my god, this is actually happening." And so I don't even know how to respond. So I responded, and then he asked if he wanted to, if he was okay, if it was okay for me to, for him to use my post in a shout out.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what the hell does he mean by that? But I'm like, yes, for sure, feel free to tag me. And I'm like, he's not gonna do it. 10 minutes later, he puts out that post, and I'm literally putting together the finishing touches for the event. I'm sitting here and like my mouth is like,
yeah, like the post made me so emo. Like
I was like,
it was so
I was
sweet.
like, oh my god! I'm like, I literally was like freaking out. Also, by the way, Stacy, A+ for the timing on the emote, making sure it matches with Stone's emote. A+ for the timing.
Yeah, crazy.
A+.
Everyone has a hive mind. Big fan.
Right? Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, I was freaking out. I'm like, this is so, I'm literally talking to Stone and I'm talking to my other colleague Josh. I'm like, guys, I'm still in shock. This doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
I'm literally sitting in the chair. I'm like, I can't plan this event right now because I'm freaking sobbing.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm stopping my eyes up. I was bawling. I'm like, oh my god. And I literally garnered like so many new connections from that post alone.
Yeah.
It was super duper incredible. And like shout out to Stacy and Bebo for like the continued support in the post as well. Cause it was just like so crazy. Cause like I even got people I never met before being like, oh, I just want to say congratulations for getting your job. And I really, really admired your story. And I'm just like, you can't be saying that while I'm sobbing right now. I'm like, you can't be saying that. And in my head, I'm like, Amir, look what you did.
This is your fault.
I'm like, this is your fault. Oh my god. But
literally.
I reposted his post. Yeah. And then like he's like, I care about you very much. I'm like, no. No, he did not just say that. He did not just say that. And then the man himself said that once my demo for Eleos games for 𝗕𝗏𝗄 and the Cursed Lands, which it comes out, he said that he will happily play the demo once it comes out.
Aww, that'll be so cool.
Okay, at that point, I'm like, this is literally my idol telling me that he'll play my game. This is my idol. Like,
yeah. Like, that's the guy you want to have play your game, truly.
The guy. Yeah. And I'm like, this is not real. This is not real. This is not real. And then afterwards, fast forward a little bit, I decided to become one of his newest mentors for ASGC.
Yeah.
Which I'm super duper excited about. By the way, if you need support for anything that I can offer, I'd be happy to support. Feel free to send me a message and we'll set up a coffee chat whenever you'd like. Yeah. But no, like when it comes to like product management, because project management and product is actually different in absolutely. Is different in it's product management and project management is actually different from each other.
Yes.
Oh, you stop that shampoo. You stop that. You behave. You stop that. You stop. It's actually two different things where thank you. It's actually two different things where you have to kind of put on like a bit of an analytical hat. Instead of putting on like more of a producer hat.
Yes, yeah, I get that.
Where you're focusing a little bit more on numbers and actionable results versus project management where you're focusing on execution and delivery.
Okay. Okay.
Where it's a little it's a little bit different, but it's still really, really cool. And I also actually got to connect with some of the other people that they interviewed. And I was
okay, yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, why the fuck did they decide to pick me? And I'm not even kidding. I literally said that because I'm like, there are some
That's
people that
always how it is once you're the you
when I'm the
can't see it
person,
because you're
I was like, why did they decide to pick me? Because I saw the other credentials and they're like more closer aligned to the role.
Mm.
But they claimed that I had more experiences. I mean, weird flex, but hell yeah.
But you do, right? Like you have the background, and it's very much like I don't want to say vibe based because that makes it very shallow, but it is like how you present yourself, how you
Thank you.
network, all of these
And
things. Yeah.
and honestly, I have to give the hugest shout out to entry level because it was actually this experience. I was actually telling this to Stacy. It was actually this experience as being a research team lead that they were able to directly translate my skills to the position.
That's so cool. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Because literally, because I showed them like the spreadsheet. By the way, hugest shout out to Farah.
Oh yeah, Fair is incredible for
They showed me like the spreadsheet of I showed them the spreadsheet of what I was doing in terms of like getting all the indie titles, and they're like, this is exactly what you're gonna be kind of stuff that you're gonna be working with. So you guys are I owe the biggest gratitude to.
No, I'm so happy. Like that's kind of what we were hoping. Oh my god, ignore that.
Oh
that was
dear.
It was an Xbox controller. I promise I'm a professional.
It's okay. It was for dramatic effect. Just to use like
exactly.
mic drop, okay? Mic
it's
drop.
So I can plug that I'm a gamer. Yeah. No. But yeah, no, I'm so glad. Like it really felt. I think that's why so many of us were like rooting for you.
I appreciate that so much
too. Is that we were like we saw it like happen live almost.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
And so like big shout out to like entry level because I mean it was because of you guys I got this opportunity, and I'm just super duper incredibly grateful. And like this is like what I do, and literally Stacey, literally. What I do, and this is kind of like how I got in. And like, if I were to give some advice just before, and please, guys, if you have any questions, dump them.
Yeah, now's a great time to drop questions.
Dump them. Please go ahead. I don't care how many questions I have to answer. Go ahead, dump them. But no, so and this is also calling. I'm also calling on the Twitch chat right now. Dump your questions too. Everything.
Yes, we have that up as well. If you're
please
have a
everything.
preference for one.
So yeah, as I was saying, if I were to give somebody advice, it would be this.
Yeah.
The best part about being in the games industry is that you're in it. And it's something that, as hard as it may sound, especially in these times that we're in, I'm not going to call them unprecedented. I'm not going to call them challenging because we're already aware.
In these challenging times. Yeah.
Right. And I'm not going to say that because those words just get so like lost in translation everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't need to say it. We already know. So, and my most important thing is like never give up. Keep going. The right opportunity will come. You just have to work a little bit harder. But the thing is, if your dream is to get into the game industry, I 100% support it. Because let's face it, this is an incredible industry to be part of. You get to meet incredible people like Stone, like Stacy, like Shampoo, like Peter, like Connor, and just like everybody in the Twitch chat as well. That half of them I probably know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I probably know. Who knows? Or maybe you watch my streams and I just totally don't know. So anyway, yeah. So like, it's important to love you too, Stone. Love you too. No, but like, it's important to go into the industry being yourself. And when you're making these connections, connections is not business. Connections lead to opportunity. And it is not business because a lot of people like to associate business with making connections. And that is actually not true.
No, it's very clear when it happens in the industry. I want to say,
Yes,
like in games specifically, you can tell pretty easily when somebody's trying to
exactly,
kind of shoehorn
exactly.
in. Yeah.
Because a lot of people think, oh, you have to have a different kind of persona when making connections. I don't give a shit about the damn persona you gotta make. I just want to know if you're a real person, not ChatGPT.
Truly,
Um,
truly, truly.
like, I just want to
Yeah.
know I'm talking to somebody that isn't gonna be someone that they're not.
Can you
Like,
complete a captcha image? Yeah.
can you actually finish a sentence?
There you
Forget
go.
about the captcha image. Can you actually finish a sentence in a conversation?
You're so right.
So, like, the most important thing is you go in as who you are and
Mm.
be your most authentic self because you guys are all incredible people and I will not take no for an answer.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I
Truly.
will not accept no for an answer. You guys are all incredible people in your own ways. I'm just a guy. But you guys are
Which is
all
also
incredible.
wrong. Yeah.
No, I'm just here, just yapping my ass off, just because I like to yap. And it's about ensuring that you continue to market yourself and don't pretend to be somebody you're not because the industry will notice. And the
Yes.
industry actually is much more forgiving than you may think.
Mhm.
Um, you may think that the industry is harsh, and yes, that might be in some cases. It's actually a lot more forgiving than you think, as long as you're
Yeah.
willing to put in the work to be the best version of yourself.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah,
when
a lot of people are, like, afraid of, like, it being, like, a challenging environment, but I don't know, like, personally,
exactly,
I found it the most neurodivergent friendly, the most disability friendly a lot of the time, like,
Honor, exactly,
it is
yes,
very yeah. No, Connor, you'd be surprised how, like,
you
sometimes you have to write that down and tell somebody.
you literally, yeah, exactly, and like the other, and by the way, Stacy, I saw the questions. Do not worry, I saw them. Don't worry. Um, But yeah, you'd be surprised how many people that I've had to tell that to is like just don't be a dick. It's unfortunate that you have to tell so many people that because so many people can follow their egotistical anecdotes
Mhm.
and isn't the nicest thing then you decide to put that anecdote out there and then people now are following your red herring which
That's true,
is
they expect you to be something you're not. Yeah.
and that's not something that you want to do. Now, when it comes to applying for jobs, and that is like one of the biggest questions I've been asked, um, and there isn't a one size fits all answer.
Mhm.
But what I will say is that the best answers come from the best people that are willing to put out the best work for themselves.
Yes, yeah.
And that is a subjective thing that can be different depending on the person.
Mhm.
But you have to be able to put in the work because the industry will not wait for you. And
No, no.
like I actually said this during a talk that I did actually at Bonus Stage in Toronto.
Oh,
Um
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it was a similar thing where the industry is not as like I said, it's not as cutthroat as it is. And
Mm.
at the end of the day, like I started the presentation just by saying, turn to your neighbor and let them know it's gonna be okay. Because no
Yeah.
matter what, it is going to be okay. And this is an industry that will never die. And do you want to know why it will never die? It's because every single person, whether you're here, whether you're online, whether you're kicking ass in whatever the hell it is you're doing, the industry will never die because all of you guys are working together to make great and incredible things. And
Truly, truly.
when it comes to applying for jobs in that sense, now, the thing about that is, like I said, not a one size fits all answer,
Mhm.
but you have to be a little bit strategic in the way that you communicate with the hiring managers, and also with the way that you exercise your connections.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
because when you apply, never send a cold application without a follow up.
No, reach out
Because
if you can. It's as easy as connecting on LinkedIn after, seriously.
reach out. And
Yeah.
a thing that I learned actually after an interview, send a thank you email.
Yeah.
Send them a thank. If you get an interview, send them a thank you email. Even if you do not get the job, they will remember the kind words that you left.
Yeah.
And it's important to end on a high note versus ending on an egotistical and a sour note. And when it comes to applying, you have to, keep applying. Eventually, something will fold. Never look desperate in your applications, because any sort of desperation is a red flag. Now, of course, that is a very, 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 very hard thing to say, but it's the truth. Where if you show any sort of desperation or any sort of weakness, people are not going to hire you or pay attention. Now, that is subjective on the person, of course, but you never want to expose anything that you don't want to be exposed. And as much as, like, for myself, like, even though I was having the hard time before I even got the job, you still have to ensure that, don't publicly announce anything. Like, I publicly announced, I'm looking for work and whatever. That's the furthest step you should go. Don't expose any sort of personal information or anything like that. That's usually a red flag, because as much as it's hard, you got to be careful, because your audience may not that's another thing. Do not go on LinkedIn of all places and slap a message and be like, this company didn't hire me because I didn't fucking do any of this shit. Like, do not do that.
Yeah. Also, I sympathize. I do sympathize with people very deeply, obviously, for, like, job hunting. It is difficult. If my, like, number one advice in a similar vein is, do not go onto LinkedIn and say, like, I'm tired of this industry because I'm unemployed.
Yep.
It's not a great look.
To answer your question, just because I'm seeing it right there, Peter, yes, I have seen that on LinkedIn. Pretty often.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Once a company calls you out, companies got larger reputation than your resume could even handle.
Yeah.
And, it is not a good look. Shampoo, no. Absolutely. It is not, it is not a good look. Do not do that to yourself. No. And the other thing is, like, let's face it, that when you get a response, the answer is not no. It is not yet.
Yes. Yeah.
Every answer where they say no, it is not truly no. It is not yet. Which means there's an opportunity for you to reinvent yourself, for you to do better about yourself, and for you.
A lot of the times they keep you on record. Yeah.
It's true. And, Connor, don't. Exactly. Right?
Yeah, it's a good way to.
It's good to be open about it, and it's a very good thing to, be self-aware and all that stuff. But if you're trying to build a professional presence, because LinkedIn can be looked at for most people as a professional platform.
It is, yeah.
Definitely not.
As silly as it is, for the point of job hunting and searching most of the time.
Exactly. Do not do that on your LinkedIn at all. If you need me to review any of your posts or any of your LinkedIn profiles, I will happily review that. I actually had somebody from ASGC, her name is 𝗕𝗢𝗘𝗢𝗧, who actually helped to review and look through my profile on LinkedIn.
Yeah, they're fantastic
section,
too.
Everything.
Yep. Yeah, right? Haley is an absolute gem.
And she literally helped. They literally helped with all of my content on my profile. But I now have the experience to help with other people with their LinkedIn profiles as well, and even resume reviews. I can help with that as well. So feel free to just shoot me a message and all of that, because I've helped actually a bunch of people in the past to help with those things. So I'm available to help with all of that as well. But the main thing is, when you're putting out an application for any sort of job, make sure that you tailor your resumes for all of the jobs you apply for.
Yep.
And for the love of God, do not use AI.
Yeah, you can tell.
Do not
Don't do
not
it.
use AI. And I
Yeah.
do not care if any of you disagree with me on that. Do not use AI. And that
No,
is
you're right, and you should
100%
say
a fact. It
it.
is a fact. AI is terrible. Have I used it? I will publicly declare yes, I've used it, and we have to use it as part of our practices at my job. Yes, I've used it. Does
Yeah.
that mean I support it? No.
Yeah.
I just have to use it because I gotta get money. But the point I'm trying to make is that for a job application, just as Stacy said, they will know.
Mm-hmm.
Do not use it. If you need help with tailoring your resume for jobs, talk to me. I can happily help you.
Yep, there's a million people who are willing to help you do that in a more authentic way.
Literally.
Sure.
And you'll
Yeah.
actually be talking to a human.
To a person. Yeah.
I was gonna say talking to a bot. Oops.
No.
Sorry. Contradicted my whole statement. You'll actually be talking to a human versus a bot that's gonna be giving you subpar language that they can never actually comprehend.
Yep. Or stuff that's just straight up not true sometimes.
And just straight up not true.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do anything like that. You want to make sure that you are your most authentic self. Keep on being uniquely you in whatever path you pursue. I did not realize that rhymed. That was actually sick.
It was very cute. Yeah.
Love. Anyway, that I'm actually gonna quote that.
We're actually keeping that one.
I'm actually gonna quote myself on that.
Chat, clip that. Yeah.
Chat, can someone clip what I just said before I forget?
Clip that?
Can we clip that, please? And then send it to me. So the point being is you have to stay as positive as you can and know that, bet, look at that. Yeah, quote that quote I just mentioned because 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗢, just saying, 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗢. So you have to be as positive as you can in an industry that will always be graceful to those that decide to do better for themselves.
Yes, that's true.
And never be afraid to put yourself out there because you never know who would be the right who the right person would end up being. Like I remember in 2024 when I brought a friend of mine to GDC. Excuse me, sorry, not GDC, sorry. When I brought a friend of mine to MIGS, sorry.
Yep.
He later told me on January 20th of I think it was in 2024. Yeah. In January, because we went in I brought him in 2025, sorry, not 2024. I brought him to MIGS in 2024, and then he told me January 20th, 2025, he started an internship as a VFX apprentice.
There you go.
You never know what right opportunity will come. You just have to be able to put yourself out there. And yes, ASGC, Amir Satvat is the god, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Yeah, if you're not part of the server, what are you doing? We're partners
doing?
Technically, so like if you want to go to their website, we are somewhere on there. And
same with 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗢𝗢 actually. We are also
𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗢𝗢𝗢 is also a partner. So it's truly a big happy family.
Like I said, if you ain't part of that server, what are you doing? Like, just get on up, go join the server, go introduce yourself. There are so many fantabulous people that you can connect yourself with. One of them being 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗧. One of them being 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗢 herself.
𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗢, yep.
Which is amazing. She's absolutely phenomenal.
Definitely.
And there's so many other people.
Is in
there's Desiree, yes. There's also Serena, who is the event producer at 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗢𝗢. Phenomenal people that you'll be friends with for the rest of your life. And
just a lovely gang of folks.
I'm eventually gonna segue to answering questions, but life is too short to fall through a trapdoor of depression and anger.
Yeah.
And this industry is gonna test your patience. But it sometimes is going to give you the best things to test, because sometimes those tests will lead to incredible opportunities that will transcend your life. Like, I never thought I would be going to GDC 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would be working in the industry for bloody sake.
Yeah.
You know, it's huge, and like, I mean, it's nice to actually, you know, slowly see the bank account climb up in numbers.
Yeah, it's like a double reward. It's like
oh,
emotional
we
and
like
monetary.
we like to see the numbers go up. It's like, oh, thank you so much.
The serotonin, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, you know, it's been a lot of fun. It's been, you know, a lot of ups and downs, but I'm grateful for every moment.
Yeah, and it means we can have people like you answer questions for those who are getting into like the industry, because like you've gone through it, you've experienced, you know, those ups, those downs, everything. And I think I'm going to use that to segue into our actual questions, if that's okay with you.
Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Flood the chat with questions, please.
So number one is, somebody said, you mentioned volunteering and convention opportunities.
Yes.
They have two questions about that. One, okay, how did you find them? Where could people look? And two, for non-locals, do you have recommendations for online events, or maybe like less location-specific networking opportunities?
Great questions that are going to lead to great answers in just a moment. So sit back and get your popcorn and watch me cook. All right. So, anyway, as I was we're going to start with the first question. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate it. We're going to start with the first question. So with volunteer opportunities, it really is dependent on where you're from in the world. With Canada and with Toronto specifically, there's a bunch. Like, for example, I'm just going to throw one out there right now. There's an event on April 7th called the Level Up Showcase. They're actually looking for volunteers right now. And Stacy, I'm actually going to send you the form, which, you know what? Let me grab the form right now. While I'm on the topic. Yes, you can find it on their website, but I don't think the website has the form linked, so I'm going to give you the form directly. It's fine, because I have permission to give you this form, because they told me to spread the word. So,
perfect.
Here is the form for Level Up Showcase. It is a Toronto-based event. It is on April 7th from 4 to 10 p.m. at the Sheraton Centre in Toronto. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you must be 18 or older to volunteer. I have volunteered for Level Up for the past 3 years. 2 years. This will be the third year, I believe.
Nice.
No, I'm lying. This is 3 years. 3 years. I'm right. Anyway, so they're looking for volunteers right now, actually. So feel free to go ahead and fill out that form. But again, you must be located in Canada, of course. And you must be able to commute to Toronto, because the event is in Toronto, Canada.
Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, so there's that. Honestly, like, finding these opportunities was like word of mouth. Just, you know, hearing about a bunch of different opportunities. Like, I heard about them through professors, and then it eventually just led and snowballed to a bunch of different opportunities. How I found them specifically actually was funny, because there was my mentor. His name is Russell Singe. Russell, his last name is SNG, which, by the way, you can find him on LinkedIn. Super dupe, and literally you can find him on LinkedIn and tell him that I sent you. You can tell him that Michael Wilson. You can tell him that Michael Wilson sent you.
Nice.
So super duper great friend of mine, and he was somebody that actually found me at GDC, because I told him I was going to be at GDC. Found me at GDC and literally dragged me to a bunch of different events.
Oh, sick. That's perfect.
He was the one that actually got me involved at MIGS for the very first time in 2023.
Oh, awesome.
Where literally he set up a call with 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗧 and was like, yeah, by the way, I'm going to set you up with this. Put me in an email chain. He's like, yeah, by the way, Michael's the main point of contact for the Toronto group that's heading to MIGS. I said, what? I said, Russell, we didn't talk about this. He's like, but do you want me to delete it? I'm like, no. but we didn't talk about it. So literally, that was the first meeting I had with Jason. Him and I are just having a casual conversation. I'm like, I'm literally talking to a head of a gaming company. What?
That's how it goes. Yeah.
And because Russell was like, you're on your what? I can literally get you into the conference, but you're on your own in terms of getting there. I'm like, bet, fine. So, and that was like the very first time not the first time I went to Montreal, but the first time I went to Montreal for that particular event. And so like word of mouth is just crazy. There's a bunch of different online events. Again, I will boast the ASGC server. They do a bunch of different online events. There's actually a bunch of other
just did
Cape Bear
one
games.
for GDC.
Yes.
Yep.
And by the way, I'm just going to throw one out there. If you join the Cave Bear Games server, coming up, I'm just going to give you a sneak peek. I am in the process of working on a themed game jam event hosted by Cave Bear Games.
How
just
funny
saying,
is that?
Their details are TBD, but I am going to be hosting a themed game jam event through Cave Bear Games very, very soon. I still have to put the logistics together, but I'm putting the word out there. So if you are not already a part of the game, the Cave Bear Games server, and let's say, for example, you are part of a studio and want to get involved in the Partner Studio program, there's a channel in there called Partner Studio Application, where you can fill out the application to join the Partner Studio program, and there are specific credentials that you'll have to follow, which are one of them, which is you have to be not looking for funding at the time of your application. Sorry, you had to not have funding at the time of your application. After your application, then you can look for funding or whatever. But at the time of your application, you had to have you can't have any funding, and you don't even have to be a registered studio or anything like that. But the whole thing is with Cave Bear Games, I'm planning on hosting a game jam event, and I'm gonna work to see if I can make it an event that isn't just exclusive to partner studios. So stay tuned about those details. It's coming up. But there's a bunch of different servers, which by the way, Stacy, I will link everybody to a bunch of servers that I'm a part of for Toronto game dev folks, and also for a bunch of online communities. Because for example, there's the SGC, there's the Game Industry Coffee Chat, which is another great server as well. There's Play Hire, there's the Funsmith Club, there's Work with Indies, there's the Design Den, there's Entry Level, of course.
There's a lot. There's a lot of really cool stuff out there.
There's
a lot of stuff going on at any given time.
There's a lot of servers you can get a part of. So what I will do is I will compile a list of game devs. Look at that. I'll compile a list of servers. So that I can send out a bunch of different invites, and there'll be invites that will never expire, so you can
perfect.
Join
so we can
all of those, so all of you guys can join, as long as I'm able to do so, because I know some servers I can't invite people.
I think you should be okay because you're like one of the volunteers, so it should be fine.
But I should be fine. It's just like some servers that I'm part of, it doesn't work.
Discord is so weird.
Because Discord's weird, but I will do my best to ensure that I get like a bunch of lists. Like, give me time to put the list together, but I will make sure to get a list and share it with I'll share it with like our Discord like DM groups, so between like Stacey, Bebo, and whoever else is like doing the planning for this event, just to make sure that you guys are all good with the links that I'm sharing. And then if it's all good, then you guys can post it in the server and tell people to join those servers, because they do have a lot of online events that you can be part of. And then
we'll keep you guys in the loop.
And honestly, just keep it locked on socials, because there's lots of different social communities you can be part of as well. Oh shit, look at that. Stacy's already on the ball with gathering those invites. Fantastic.
This is why I trust Stacy with my life. She's got
right. Okay, so there you go. So those are a bunch of servers that you can join, and just there's always I don't know where this person is speaking from, but get involved in with events in the community. Surely there's always going to be something that you can nourish and flourish together. What
For
was the
sure.
second question? That was a long answer to the first one.
I'm actually gonna hop to the third question just because it's a little bit smaller, and
Go
unfortunately we
ahead.
are out of time. So
Oh
I
shoot.
do see the second question. No, it's okay. It's okay. We love to talk. So if you had the second question, I'm not sure who asked it. Please ask it again in the chat,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
and
like
I'll
the
answer it.
non-guest speaking chat, and we'll like respond that way. But our
Mhm.
third question is very small, so I wanted to
Go
ask,
for it.
which is what counts as a transferable skill?
So, okay, so in terms of what counts as a transferable skill, um, it can be any sort of experience that you have with a bunch of different opportunities, as long as you have a way to tailor it to the application that you're applying for. Like, for
Hmm.
example, if you say that, oh, you are a whatchamacallit, if you're, let's say you're a program attendant, for example, in my case, if you're a program attendant at a company, that can translate to different roles, like being like a program manager for a bunch of
Mm,
other big
mm.
companies. So, um, all experience is valuable, and
Yeah.
it can be from the simplest soft skills to the hardest of hard skills. Any sort of experience is transferable, and there's always ways that you can tailor what it is. But don't expect, for example, to have like a construction company like experience on your resume applying for a game dev company. That doesn't count as actually transferable. Like if you're in the tech
No.
industry, that's a lot easier. If you're in the teaching industry, that's also works too. But
Yep.
it really depends on the job that you're applying for. But just know that there's always ways that you can gamify an experience and show how experience can be transferred. So it
Yeah.
is
I mean, I used to work in teaching before I
there you go.
worked in games, so
Right. So like it really
there's ways to
depends.
rephrase it for sure.
Exactly. It really depends on the job that you're applying for. And I see your question, Peter. I'm just gonna answer because I actually have a quick answer for your question. I'm not gonna miss it.
Mhm.
So it's about for game education. If there are areas that educational institutions could improve on in terms of preparing people for the industry. That was a tough one because that one is subjective to different schools or institutions that you apply for.
Mhm.
But I feel like there are definitely things that we can improve in terms of if you want to actually start a business and actually looking into legal negotiations. I definitely think that's an area that programs and institutions should cover. Also, with actually being able to do like contract negotiations and publisher outreach. These are things I don't really see
Mm.
a lot in education, and it's really, really important to be able to um, it's really really important for people to be able to have that kind of analytical lens, especially right now, because you never know when you have to switch the hat to adapt to a different opportunity, right? So
Oh yeah.
I definitely think those things, along with more opportunities for pitching products to a larger audience, like getting used to
Mm.
being in front of a big stage and just preparing yourself for the big scene and doing a lot of TED Talks. All of those things I
Yeah.
think are really, really important things that you should be able to experience in a school setting. Um,
Mhm.
and actually, Connor, a supermarket clerk is a transferable skill depending on the job that you're applying to.
Yeah.
It actually is a transferable skill because it actually is because it depends on what type of stuff that you do. But you can say that you can handle yourself in a fast-paced work environment. You can say that you know how to organize items and you know how to handle money and all that stuff. All
Yep.
that stuff can actually lead to something that handles money in the games industry. But yes,
Mhm.
that experience is transferable.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot of soft skills, like if you're like picking stuff apart that are pretty like unanimous across.
exactly. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I saw the question, so I just wanted to, I wanted to
No,
answer that,
absolutely. I'm so glad you could answer it.
make sure I did not miss it because I don't like missing questions.
Yeah,
Um,
if you guys do have any extra questions, Michael is, of course, a
yes.
wonderful volunteer lead. So
Thank you.
he is pretty present in not just obviously entry level, but across the board, LinkedIn,
Thank
all of
you.
these awesome discords. So if you miss
Thank you.
something or if you thought about something after, like He's a very approachable guy. Please say hi.
For sure, please do. Please connect with me on my socials. Even you can flood my DMs if you like. I'm totally okay with it. I'm used to it. It's fine. Because I just want to help. Right? I just want to be able to help people in the industry. I want to be able to help you guys continue to make awesome things because you guys are all awesome. You know, and I just want to give a huge shout out to entry level and to those on Twitch. A huge shout out to y'all.
Likewise,
for having
so
me
cool.
here. This has been fantastic.
You're so cool to talk to.
Oh, you stop that.
No, I'm so serious. It's so easy.
I'm okay. I'm just okay.
No, it's so easy. You can always tell when it's easy to talk to somebody because we go crazy over time.
Oh God, girl! Like if we didn't have a time limit, we'd still be talking.
No, literally.
But no. Thank you guys so much. Feel free to like let me know if you have any other questions. Even like after we stop like the live stream, I'm down to stay for a little bit to answer any more questions if you have. So feel free to drop any more questions if you like. I'm down to stay for another like 10 minutes or so. So feel free to drop more questions.
And follow Eleos Games. We've got that link. Exciting stuff is coming up. Follow Michael on Twitch.
And actually, just a quick plug for Eleos Games. Stacy, do you mind actually dropping a link to my community server, please?
Yeah, I tried to grab it earlier, but it would not let me invite people. So,
oh, really? You know what? Let me do it.
Yeah, if you want to drop it, there is an active Discord, so you got to drop in and keep up to date.
There is, and I'm going to set the link to '9expire because you guys are awesome. Yeah. I am dropping it in this chat right over here.
Sick.
Please join the community. If you're not a part of my community at Eleos Games, please come and join our community. We're slowly trying to build our community and trying to build something great. And
many familiar faces, please say hi in there as well.
Please do. We're going to be starting up community events very soon. So feel free to interact with each other. Obviously just follow the rules of the Discord server, of course. But yeah, like I said, feel free to interact with each other. You know, we want you guys to be able to talk to each other. And what we're going to be starting to do is we're going to be starting to link our posts that we put on our socials, which, by the way, you can follow Eleos Games at Eleos_games on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok, and then we have our YouTube page, Eleos Games.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
So feel free to follow us on our socials. I have a feeling that Stacy's going to drop the message very soon.
She's already typing.
I know she's typing. I know exactly what she's typing. I have a feeling. Yeah, look at that.
There it is.
There it is. So on my LinkedIn profile, you can literally see... You can actually go on my LinkedIn profile, and then I think it leads to my page, which leads to the website, which then lead to a link tree.
Perfect.
For you know what? Let me just drop the link tree right now to make you have to not click into so many things. Because
link trees are great.
Link trees are amazing. Yeah. Make a link tree. That's another thing. Make a link tree.
Seriously, if you're doing portfolio stuff.
Portfolio stuff, make a link tree for Eleos Games. Sorry, for your studio. Oops, I totally did not mean to plug that for my studio. What?
No,
did I do that? No, no, I totally didn't. So feel free to there's our link tree that has all of our socials put together. Feel free to give us a follow and follow our content. We just released a new devlog coming out that already dropped. So feel free to let us know about. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. So if you guys have any other questions, I'm down to stay until I can stay till 9:30 or so, 9:15, 9:30 or so. Feel free to type your questions in chat at any point.
Yeah, please ask your questions. As for me, I will be passing the reins off. Thank you guys for sticking with us. I know we went a little bit over time, but it was super cool to hear everything in depth. So I'm really glad we did. And I hope everyone has a lovely time. Please, stick around, say hi to everyone, reach out. We're very, very approachable people. And hopefully we'll
Absolutely.
see you tomorrow for our kind of closing ceremony and indie highlight. So I'll see you
Absolutely.
guys. Take
See you
care. Have a good
guys.
night.